I'm not sure I'm rooting for all the positive things, not because I want Clinton to be the winning pitcher. The heck with him.
Frank, how about your final comment for Al, because we got to take a break?
Well, if you're looking for another kind of cornflakes, Diva likes this brand called Barbara's cornflakes.
Hey, listen, I'll get back up with you because we're going to do another show with you, and also I want to get some of your pasta. Maybe we'll send Frank some pasta. That's what he could use.
All right.
When Dweezil gets back from the tour, he'll cook it.
Okay, Grandpa, I'll call you and we'll work it out because I want you to send Frank some pasta, okay?
Beautiful.
Okay, Grandpa.
God bless.
See ya.
Al,
Thank
Grandpa,
you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye, Al. Al Lewis, Grandpa Munster, calling in to talk to Frank Zappa. A lot more show coming up. Our number is 1-800-766-7868. Don't go away. You're listening to East Coast Live. This is Alan Handelman, East Coast Live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Every Sunday night at 10 o'clock, our new affiliates joining us tonight for the first time, and this makes me happy. WZZU, the classic rock station, Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill, 93.9 FM. Welcome to the network. WSFL 106 FM, Coastal Carolina. Welcome to the network. And WERU FM, Blue Hill Falls, Maine. All three of these stations are 100,000 watts. We're getting faxes from all over the world. I mentioned we got one from Jay Leno a few minutes ago. Let's see, an interesting one here we got from the man that Frank dedicated his book to. Here we go. Dear Mr. Zappa, I would like to convey to Mr. Handelman my apologies or inability to be available to ring up tomorrow. I guess this came in yesterday. Nothing else but therapy would be more important. Please forgive my typing cartridge. Stephen Hawking. And this is the man you dedicated your book to.
Yeah, it's too bad I never got a chance to talk with him, but if anybody connected with Stephen is listening to this, I just want to say one thing, that I believe that it is possible to define mass and to extract mass from particles, thereby enabling particles like electrons to behave like photons. And I'd like to talk to him about that one time.
Well, I got his numbers here. This is fax from Cambridge, England. Apparently he, hopefully, is listening tonight. And this is from somebody I used to work with in Raleigh, Tony Manajasic in Durham, North Carolina. Question to you. Frank, what do you think about the sorry statement of musical education in this country? Do you have any suggestion to improve it? The other question is open-ended. What do you think of CD-ROM, and have you thought about releasing your music and or visuals on CD-ROM?
Well, I'll go backwards. First, CD-ROM, I think, is probably an interesting technology if you're living in a society that has unlimited capital to spend on new hardware. I think that in the current economic climate, the type of software that is presently available for CD-ROM is, for my taste, not very interesting and does not provide a very strong incentive to go out and spend the money for the hardware. So I'm not sure that that particular medium has a big future. As far as music education in schools go, I think that it's stupid to not teach music education, because it when it's taught properly, it enriches the lives of the students that come in contact with it. And it costs so little to teach it compared to some of the other things that go on in school. And there's so many psychological and aesthetic benefits that could spread throughout the society if the young people were given a chance to hear types of music other than rock and roll.
Good answer. Interesting answer, and I agree with you. Lots of our affiliates are playing lots of Frank Zappa music. When we're done tonight, we're going to play lots of Frank Zappa music. But right now, we got so many calls. Let's look on the computer. The next one is Dave calling in from our Rock 101 affiliate in South Carolina. You're on East Coast Live. Dave, you're on with Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Hi, Dave.
How you doing, Alan?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's nice to talk to you, Frank. I didn't think I'd ever have the chance to, because a couple of weeks ago I had a friend of mine tell me that you already passed away.
Well, Mark Twain's quote is probably the best, that reports of my demise have been grossly exaggerated.
I think it was that Today Show appearance that scared some people.
Well, one of the problems with what they did was most of the stuff that they videotaped here is, I'm sure, material that they were preparing for an obituary file. And, I guess they the clip that they put together was meant to be entertaining, but they did tape a lot of stuff that I'm sure that they're planning on using and reselling to other networks at the point of my demise. So I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that they don't get a chance to use it for a long time.
Great. Well, first of all, how is your health? I didn't hear the beginning of the show, so I don't know. Exactly.
I'm doing pretty good today.
Good.
One more quick one, man. Go ahead.
Okay. About the all of the One World societies that you hear about, I believe there's 3 big ones. Their names elude me at the moment. You hear about all of our journalists, Dan Rather and George Will and a few others, and like Bill Clinton and Bush and others belonging to these associations. I'm just wondering how you feel about this. What do you know about it? Just anything.
I don't know anything about it. You tell me the name of the organizations, and maybe I could comment, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I think one of the organizations is the Bilderbergers.
Yes.
Does that ring?
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Dave. Thanks for calling in, man.
Okay, great.
And thanks for listening to Rock 101, great affiliate down there in Greenville, Spartanburg, South Carolina. We're going to go to, I believe this is Los Angeles, and a couple of celebrities from a major rock and roll band, Slaughter. We have Mark Slaughter and Dana Strum calling in on a conference call, major Frank Zappa fans. Mark and Dana.
How are you?
Hey, man, you're on live with Frank Zappa.
Killer. How's it going, Frank?
I'm doing okay.
Good, we like that. Well, Frank, are you aware that I won a contest by identifying one of the tunes about 4 months ago while I was on tour, and they figured they'd stump me. They said, you're a guy in a newer rock band, he'll never know this, and of course they played his Zappa tune. I go, that's going to stump me? That's easy, it's Frank Zappa. And they're like, no way!
That's right. This is Dana. Did you get this? Did you get the CDs you won?
I sure did get the CDs. People out there, he tells the truth. The CDs really did arrive.
Cool. All right. That's great, because I know you tell me you're a major Frank Zappa fan. I'm so glad you got through. Well, listen, whatever you want to ask Frank, both of you, Mark and Dana, it's all yours.
Well, first of all, we want to say it's a great honor to speak to you. You've been since I was in high school, a mainstay. Have you guys talked about Don't Eat the Yellow Snow at all?
No, not yet. Not yet.
So, Frank, talk to us about what would inspire a writer to potentially write that kind of song and put it out.
Well, actually, it came from a conversation with an English teacher in Kansas. And the conversation was about language and how different societies put different emphasis on different words based on the functional nature of the word within that society. And as an example, she talked about the Eskimo language, which she said had 20 different words for snow because it was so important to them. And she actually made the comment that probably in the Eskimo language there was some sort of warning for children not to eat yellow snow. And that's where the idea came from.
I mean, that song was like a kind of a memento of my high school period. People you could not really go to a party without not hearing "Don't Eat the Yellow Snow, Watch Out Where the Huskies Go."
I know. And you know, it's funny, that whole album, there was Cosmic Debris, Stinkfoot. What a great Apostrophe was probably your most successful commercially speaking, Frank. Wasn't that your most successful?
No, the album that sold the best was Shake Your Booty.
Oh, good. That's another one of my favorites. Yeah, go ahead, Dana, or Mark, whoever's talking right now.
That was also with your musicians. The other thing that always, of course, fascinated me is you were always introducing